Welcome back. All right, news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your St. Patrick's Day. It's March 17th, and it's a Monday, and I've got the St. Patrick's Day jersey on. I have a few St. Patrick's Day jerseys, but there's also some teams that wear green, so I'll try to make sure I'm staying green, and we'll just forget about the first two videos that have gone live on the channel today. Anyways, starting off with some news at the top of the board. Avs fans, how do you feel about Landeskog right now and the fact that he was running through drills today? And I saw the footage. He looks good. He looks good out there. So I've been optimistic that Landeskog's going to come back and play. And, fingers crossed that will happen. Either way, it has to be great for his teammates to see him out there and to get to talk to him and go through these drills with him. So that's really good news for the Abs, who are definitely on an upswing right now. And so let me know your thoughts. Do you think there's a chance Landeskog comes back during the playoffs? Because that's always been seen as maybe a possibility, right? Your 3 stars of the week, Darcy Kemper of the LA Kings, the first star. He had 3 wins, 2 shutouts, and a save percentage of .987 with the Kings this week, so that's not too shabby. The second star of the week is Jesper Bratt of the New Jersey Devils. 3 games, 2 goals, 7 assists for 9 points. And Brendan Montour of the Seattle Kraken, the third star. He had 3 games played, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. And one of the goals, of course, that overtime winner against Montreal the other night, 4 seconds. So, those are your 3 stars this week. I think that's kind of fun. Let me know your thoughts. Filip Chytil, so he did miss that game last night against the Utah Hockey Club, and he did so with a concussion. So, hopefully it's not too bad. The problem, of course, is, and this is something I acknowledged when they picked up Chytil, yes, he is going to be prone to concussion issues, and it is important for the Canucks to treat this very, very carefully and make sure that Chytil's 100% when he comes back in. They have tests they do, and so hopefully Chytil's not out for that long. So it's the kind of thing that, looking at it, if it was almost any other player, I'd say, he'll probably miss a week or a bit. But because of Chytil's history, there's no way to know. So hopefully he just misses last night's game, maybe another game, and that could be it. The Buffalo Sabres, speaking of injured players that got traded, at least a guy who gets injured regularly, Josh Norris. They're hopeful he returns before the end of this week, so he won't play tonight for Buffalo. Paterka's out as well. He won't be playing tonight for Buffalo, so a Sabres team that's already at the bottom of the East, and now they're dealing with a couple of relatively large injuries that they're going to have to deal with. But for Buffalo, it's been just a relaxed time, I think, for them because they don't have playoff concerns. They're not in the playoffs, and so there's a certain amount of relaxation I think you get as a player. Plus, you play hard, hoping you keep your job for next year, and whether that's in the same location or elsewhere, you never know. But the Buffalo Sabres are going to be shorthanded tonight. With last night's results, the San Jose Sharks have officially been eliminated from the 2025 playoff race. This is the 6th straight season that they missed the playoffs, and that's how quickly this piles up in this day and age. That, rebuilds, and I see people, this team needs a rebuild, and that team needs a rebuild. Yeah, we're 6 years in with San Jose, and now they're starting to look at adding next year and getting a little bit closer to respectability. It takes a while. So, we'll see what San Jose does next year, but for this year, we know it won't be playoffs, and I'll probably be talking about Chicago being mathematically eliminated from the playoffs over the next few days as well. The Ottawa Senators. Jensen is unlikely to play tomorrow for Ottawa against the Habs. One thing that Ottawa has to be concerned, I don't even know if concerned is the right word, but at least wary of, injuries. So a lot of guys have come back, and things are looking good. However, with Jensen unlikely to play tomorrow against Montreal, that does affect their defense. And they're against a Montreal team that's been playing really well lately too. So we'll see how that affects things. Again, it is tomorrow's game. And Jensen being out, I think, does hurt Ottawa, but we'll see what happens. Elvis is on personal leave currently from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Apparently that was on Friday that he left for personal leave. Family reasons being cited. Greaves starts tonight for the Columbus Blue Jackets. So it'll be Tarasov and Greaves for now. And it is not going to be an easy road for the Columbus Blue Jackets from here. They are at home, but they're against a desperate New Jersey team, and so they're going to have to get that really strong goaltending and hope that they start trending in the right direction, because right now Columbus has been trending down rather than up. Apparently, Utah's settled on a name. I would love to provide that name for you. The release date is to be determined, or we're going to find out because somebody's going to leak it. One or the other. My guess is at some point in time, somebody's going to get a shipment of Utah merch, and it's going to be covered in mammoths or covered in various different logos they could be using. And I know Utah Hockey Club was one of the ones that they could use, and if they go with that, it'll be a Yeti. That'll be the actual logo, although it won't be the team name, obviously. So, yeah, Utah's apparently settled on a name. I'm hoping for Mammoth. Crossing my fingers it's going to be Mammoth. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think it'll be Mammoth, or do you think it'll go in another direction? And if you're in Utah and if you've been voting in Arena, I think it tells you where the vote was at that point as well. At least I know it was for, I think that went on for multiple games where they were allowing people to vote. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on which name you think's going to win or which name has won. All right, so we have 5 games tonight in the NHL, if I can get my pen to work. There we go. Now we have 5 games tonight in the NHL because I got my pen to work. The NHL has 5 games tonight. We have 3 games starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. The Amazon Prime game a half an hour later, and a 5th game a half an hour after that. So relatively busy for a time there, but going to be done early tonight. So 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. The Buffalo Sabres in Boston against the Bruins. I know, I'm excited for this one too. Buffalo 26-33-6 overall. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. 14 points back of a playoff spot. Boston 30-30-8. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. They're 4 points back of a playoff spot. And while I did say today the team's within 4 points of a playoff spot, they're still, technically in it. They could make it, and Boston could, but they're going to need to go on quite the run if they want to do it, because there's teams that are trying to chase down that not only have more points but have played fewer games. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start. Philadelphia in Tampa against the Lightning. Philadelphia 28-32-8 overall. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. 8 points back of a playoff spot. Tampa Bay, on the other hand, 38-23-5. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10 games. They are tied with Toronto for second, and they're 4 points behind Florida in first place. So Florida losing back-to-back games has left a door open for both Tampa and Toronto to consider taking a run at that division title. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, as previously mentioned. New Jersey is in Columbus against the Blue Jackets. New Jersey 36-26-6. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They're 8 points behind Carolina in second place. They are 6 points ahead of the New York Rangers. So they don't really have to worry about a team behind them at this point, and there's almost no chance of them catching Carolina now. So New Jersey's just kind of stuck in third, waiting for that series to start against Carolina, because it's not like Carolina's going to catch Washington. So maybe I could just do the preview video now. Carolina versus New Jersey. What's going to happen? All right, Columbus 31-27-8. They're 2 points behind the Rangers for that final playoff spot now. 5-5 in their last 10, but as I already mentioned, they seem to be trending in the wrong direction. So we'll see if they can turn that around tonight against a New Jersey team that at points in time over the last few weeks have looked like they're trending in the wrong direction. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, the Prime game, the only game featuring Canadian teams, and they're against each other. It's Calgary in Toronto against the Leafs. The Flames 30-24-11. They're 2 points back of Vancouver, so Vancouver did them a favor by losing. And Calgary 4-3-3 in their last 10 games. So with a win tonight, they could pull themselves back into a tie with Vancouver. Toronto 39-24-3 is their record. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. They're tied with Tampa for second, as previously mentioned, and they're 4 points ahead of Ottawa. So while Florida's 4 points ahead of both Tampa Bay and Toronto, just 4 points back, you find Ottawa. The Atlantic Division's kind of fun to watch right now. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, the LA Kings in Minnesota against the Wild. The LA Kings 36-20-9. They're 5-3-2 in their last 10. They are now 1 point back of Edmonton, and this is one of those games in hand they have on Edmonton. Whereas Minnesota 37-25-5. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. They're in a similar position as New Jersey. So they're now 6 points back of Colorado. They're not catching Colorado. They are 6 points ahead of Vancouver and St. Louis, who are tied for that final playoff spot. So I should mention Calgary's also trying to chase down St. Louis again. So Minnesota doesn't really have anything to worry about yet, but with the way St. Louis has been playing, the fact that Minnesota's 3-6-1 in their last 10, they can't really afford to be 3-6-1 in their next 10, or we might be talking about a Minnesota team suddenly not being a playoff team, but we'll see what ends up happening there too. So let me know your picks for tonight's games in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.